Hey guys, it's been a while, but I thought I would do a different kind of video today. Um I wanted to talk about some high school advice. I got a little paper here. I'm a senior halfway through my year, and I thought I'd just try to share some stuff that I've learned and the mistakes I made, what I'd do different. I mean, if it helps someone, I don't know. I just feel like if I pass on what I've learned and the things that matter and stuff to someone. I mean, you don't have to be an eighth grader starting in freshman year or anything. I feel like this is just kind of like advice for everyone. Some of it is probably a little more helpful, like the younger you are, but um, there's probably something in there for everyone. But yeah, I know high school can be a little stressful and all this stuff, so I'll probably have some like nice calming music. I don't know, probably the first lo-fi like forever or 10-hour long thing, the first one that pops up. I'll probably just use that to be honest. But yeah, let's start. I have these organized by like the categories I think are most important. So we're gonna start off with like social things, because I don't know. I mean, social life, that sort of stuff. I mean, it's important. I think it's probably one of the most important things in high school. Not so much like, oh, like what kind of groups you're into or anything, but just sort of like, making friends and stuff because you want to have a good time. And so, yeah, the first thing I'd recommend is making friends. If you're older, it's probably you've already done this, you know people. But yeah, I mean, they can help you out with school. You can go hang out, it's nice to have friends, you can do stuff with them, you can have fun. Um, and also I would recommend talking to people that seem, nice or chill, even if like you still have friends. It's always nice to branch out and meet new people because this is definitely the time for it. Um, okay, and then so like at lunch, sometimes we'll get put with like a lunch that's just kind of bad. You always want the middle one, not too early, not too late. Sometimes we have it at like 11, which is insane because like you've already eaten, you're not hungry, and then I don't know, it's just crazy. Sometimes they put lunches like way too early, and then they have some at like I don't know, it's like 12:30 or like I don't know. You need that good middle ground. Um, but yeah, when you're at lunch, try to sit with the friends that you've made or you have, and if not, that's a problem because you can get into a lunch where you don't really know people. So what I would do is just try to sit at a table that has an open seat where the people seem nice, or just try to talk to new people. um yeah, it's like that's really tough. I don't know, you could try to change lunches, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, but like, yeah, usually there'll be someone, especially like later on into school you are. But um yeah, it's just kind of tough. So moving on from like the school side of social life, we're gonna get into parties. Um, so like, everybody, at some point is probably gonna want to try to like sneak out or sneak off to a party at like 12 a.m. at some random person's house you don't know. And I don't know, the main thing with parties is like, you always see these things like these ads or like commercials or like dare stuff where it's like, oh, peer pressure, but it's really not what you think it is. Like I don't know how I'd explain it. So, like in the commercials, it's like everybody is in a circle, right? And they're all like smoking crack or something. And then everybody like at once looks at you and they're like, you want to smoke this crack, right? You better, And it's like, it's really nothing like that. Like, basically, there'll just be people and, you're all hanging out. Sometimes, I mean, you usually, if you're going to a party, some people. So, um, you would, they're just sort of like there and they're like, hey, do you want this alcohol or like this weed? It's like really low. I mean, I don't know what they're offering. It could literally be anything, but it's like a really low stakes sort of thing. It's so subtle, like you don't really feel it. it's not like it's not what they act like it is. So it's kind of like it's completely different when you actually get hit with it. Um, but usually that's not too much of a problem. Like if the people you're around are nice enough when you say no, um, they're not gonna they're not gonna throw a fit or anything. They're just gonna be like, oh, okay. Um, I've never really gone to parties much. I don't know. I don't really like the setting. I don't really know how to, I don't know. I feel like I'm more introverted. But yeah, drinking, drugs and stuff illegal when you're a child, a minor, and I mean, I guess depending the weed thing, I guess it kind of depends on the state, but I mean, still if you're a minor, yeah, that's bad news. So I feel like I should mention that before I'm not gonna go out and be like, yeah, get fucked up, it's crazy, woo, you know, like I do have to say that like the stuff's illegal, but if you do, and this is more for like the older things, please don't drive home. I've heard so many people at my school like almost brag about it, like, yeah, I started seeing like 3 roads and I just picked the middle one because like I don't know, that just felt right to me, and you know, luckily I didn't spin out into a ditch, and like they almost are like bragging about it, but to me it just seems like that's so stupid. Like you could get in so much trouble. I mean, not even like arrested, but I mean like you could literally, like it literally kills people, drunk driving and stuff. If I'm looking down, it's because I'm reading this paper. I was pretty in depth with this stuff. Okay, so one thing my parents said to me, even though like I said I don't really go out much, but it was really nice because they sat me down and they were like, we would rather, like, if you need a ride or if it's really late, we don't care how late it is, we would rather have you drunk and alive at our house than you trying to sneak back and have something happen. Like, you won't get in trouble. We just want to make sure that you're okay if you get into a bad situation, which I think is amazing. And a lot more parents, like if I have kids, I'm gonna say that to them, because like that's the thing is, like if you're inebriated with alcohol or whatever, I don't know, you know, it's so much better to like play it safe than to try sneaking back, you know, and like driving home and stuff. It's like, I don't know, because you could A, risk your life, or B, either get in trouble for like a little bit, or, you know, like I said, like my parents, they wanted to make sure that like, the reason why they said I wouldn't be in trouble is, well, I mean, I wouldn't be, but also, you know, you want it to be like a risk. Like, you don't want your kids to think that like they're gonna get in trouble if they call them, so they'll risk it, you know? So like, I don't know, it's better to play it safe than sorry when it comes to this stuff. Yeah, so okay, so that's it for parties. If that's your thing, you know, go to them. If not, you know, stay home. It's not that big a deal. No one's gonna like yell at you for not going to the big party. Dating. Okay, this is next up. I think if you like someone, you should tell them now, like as soon, not well, maybe like not like the minute you start to like get feelings for someone, but you should probably tell them instead of just like holding it in, because it really doesn't matter. It's high school. It really doesn't matter in the long run. And I know it's like easier said than like done, because that stuff can be kind of I don't know, stressful and stuff, like, oh, what if she says no? What if they, you know, what if they're not into me? Blah blah blah. And I get it, but it is better because like like if you get rejected, it's really not that big of a deal. Like no one cares. It just is over. It probably stings for like a week or two, but you know, then it's over. You know your answer. It's easier to move on instead of just holding it in. Yeah, like I don't know, for example, like it was really early into like my freshman year, and I texted this girl that I liked her, and she was like, thanks, but you know, I'm not really into it. And that's literally it. Like nothing else happened. It does not matter. Like I don't care. No one, it's not awkward. It's not like, it doesn't matter at all. It was so easy, just moved on, you know. Okay, like that's literally high school. And also you have to think that like even if they do say yes, like it's high school, so it's probably not gonna last. It's probably like it's better to get the experience of like how to do relationships with people and how to, you know, like, because you know, when you're in college or in like your job and stuff, you want to have some experience, so when you actually meet someone, you know what to do and like how to act and stuff. um yeah, so I don't know, that's my 2 cents on that. Oh, another quick tip. This is a little sidebar. Don't pick at your acne on your face. You can see I haven't really taken that advice, and it's, I don't know. You can like kind of see. That's just the kind of person I am, though. I'm really like fidgety with things. So, yeah. But if you can refrain from messing with your acne. Oh, another thing about that too is you don't need to have like insanely bad acne to see a dermatologist. They just treat all kinds of like acne and stuff, even if it's kind of mild. Um, like mine's bad right now because I was kind of picking at my face. But like I went a couple months ago, and like my acne wasn't terrible, but I just was like, do I have to deal with this? And I saw them and they were like, they just gave me some stuff to put on it, and it wasn't anything insane. Yeah, so it's like if you feel like you're starting to get acne and it's bothering you, don't be afraid to see a dermatologist, because, you know, I don't know, like my parents had the thought that like it's only for people that have like insanely bad acne or like skin issues, but that's not the case. They'll see pretty much anyone. So yeah, that's a good tip too, because a lot of people I think assume that dermatologists are like only for the people with like insane skin issues, but that's not true. Okay, so that's enough of the social aspect. Moving on to personal life in high school, and this is more just advice instead of like, you know, experiences. But I'd make sure to make time for yourself. It's definitely really important right now. Find some hobbies that you're into. You know, I mean, I like playing drums. I dabble in this whole YouTube thing a little bit. I'm not like insane. I definitely still don't know what I'm doing, but that's okay. And yeah, I mean, you know, I play video games, whatnot. Just a lot of different things, you know, and hobbies that you can. There's so many things out there. You know, there's clubs, there's sports. And the reason why I'm saying that this stuff is so important is because like this is the last, and I don't mean to scare you when I say this, but this is like the last um like 4 years that you just pretty much like don't have to do anything. Like, you know, I mean, like if you're in a sport, yeah, you got to do that. But like you go to school, you go home, that you can do whatever you want. That's your free time. I mean, I guess it depends on everyone's situation, but like if you go off to college or, you know, you go and get a job, like you're really going to be working a lot, and you're not going to have as much free time to do the things that you actually want to do as much, which kind of sucks. So I really think it's important to make the most of your time here. What's next? Oh, okay, so jobs. Money, I mean, everybody loves money, but again, kind of with the whole free time thing, is if you don't really need money, or there isn't really anything you like want to buy, I mean, like saving up now early too is a good idea, but I think it's more important to value your time right now than it is money or, you know, like job experience. 'Cause I mean, like, well, for job experience, like you're gonna be working at like a McDonald's, you know what I mean, or like a Walmart. Like, it's not really that experience. You know, it's like it's an entry level, probably fast food or, you know, like store job. It's not anything super insane. But yeah, that like jobs take up so much of your free time and your energy. Honestly, I tried working for a place, and I mean, this might be kind of bad, but I quit after like a week because I just was so tired after I'd get home at like 9 or 8, which isn't like super late, but I was just so drained, and it just wasn't a good experience. And I'd much rather be using my time doing things that I actually want to do instead of like getting money. and stuff. So if you don't have to get a job or you like are in on the fence, I would recommend not, so you can keep doing the things you want to do. Okay, so personal things. I think it's important to start thinking about what job you want in your college you're going to early. Now, I'm not saying you need to have it all planned out 3 months into your freshman year. It's not like that early, but just keep it in mind because I waited way too long to find out like I don't know what I want to do yet, and a lot of people don't. And also the people that do know what they want to do usually change their majors. So, it's okay if you don't really know what you want to do, but at least start thinking about colleges because I didn't. And everybody was applying to colleges, and I didn't even know like it was that important. So I still don't know where I'm going. I've taken tours, sorry, of a couple places, and I don't know, like some of the campuses and stuff were nice. I still haven't like picked where I want to go, and I feel kind of pressured now because time's running out for me to actually. I've gotten accepted, but like I want to pick the college that's best for me, and I feel like I haven't found that yet. So if you start looking into colleges early, or at least earlier than I did. I waited till like senior year, like 2 months, and I wasn't even thinking about it. And then my parents and the school counselors were like, "So where are you going to college?" And I was like, "Huh? Like college? What is that? Is that now? Like here today?" Yeah. So that kind of freaked me out. And also for colleges, I would say apply to. And I know sometimes they'll give you waiver codes so you don't have to pay the application fee, but I think it's better to apply to more colleges than like less because you know, you don't want to be like limited. You don't want to feel like, oh, maybe if I applied to here, maybe I would have liked it more, or oh, you know, I kind of wanted to check this place out. It's better to do more than less in this situation. And also, I mean, the thing too is for colleges, you are allowed to like transfer schools and stuff. Like it's not like once you pick a place you're locked in. But it is important to think about, and I think if you just kind of keep that in the back of your mind, or maybe like a weekend you're really not doing anything, maybe try to research some jobs or you know some colleges around your area. Because I mean, like in-state stuff is always cheaper than out-of-state, so maybe start with like in your area, and then if you heard like, oh, maybe I'll get into Harvard, you know, maybe look into them. But for most people, you know, I don't know. I know most of my people at school are gonna just go to in-state colleges because you know it's way cheaper, and the college prices in America are like nutty. It's insane. Okay, next. Um, oh, okay, and then so personal things. I just want to say like it's okay to feel stressed out at times and like anxious about all these things because like you know especially like with the college and the social life and like friends and everything like it can build up, and you know certain situations can come up and you can get really stressed out and anxious, but I mean that's completely normal. A lot of people go through these I don't know these feelings, and you know it's a normal thing, so don't worry about it too much because everything usually works out in the end. I mean if you need to talk to people, you can always talk to your friends about how you're feeling, or I don't know, maybe your parents or something. I mean it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird to talk about this stuff, but yeah, I mean like it's just okay to feel sad and upset about stuff sometimes. I mean everybody does. All right, now the last section that I have is school, and you might be saying like, but this is high school, you know, why are you putting school last? I think like school is actually the least important part of high school. It's, you know, it's spending your time wisely, it's meeting new people, having fun, you know, partying, you know, hanging out, you know, discovering your interests, you know, with hobbies and you know, personal life, like what you kind of want to do, all that stuff. All that stuff is like nothing to do with actual high school. It's really not as important. Like the social aspect, I think, of high school is a lot more important than the actual learning because I don't know, half the time it seems like, I don't know, it's like either, at least for my school, it was like either really easy or like the classes were like pretty hard. There's like no in between. So like my freshman to like junior, well, not my freshman and sophomore year were usually like really easy, and then my junior year is when I loaded up with all the hard classes, and then my sophomore or my senior year, sorry, right now is just a breeze. I literally don't do anything. It's great. I'm in my ceramics period for like 5 out of the however many I have. I just hang out. It's great. Okay, so this stuff at the beginning is more for like the freshmen going in, this really doesn't pertain to anyone else. But if you don't know like the building or the classes you're going to, usually in the summer before school opens up, they have an open house, and you can kind of plan out like your route and find your locker and stuff. Then it's a good time to do it if you don't know the building. Also, like for classes, the first like week or week and a half, they are usually pretty lenient on you like being late. So like if you do kind of forget where you're going or you need to know the room, it's really not that big of a deal to be late. You'll pick it up pretty quick. It's not that hard. If you're interested in a sport, I would do it. Sports are fun, you practice, do stuff, teams, going up against other schools. Yeah, and like, I don't know, I've had some experience with this. Like, I was gonna do soccer, but I don't know, I felt like since I didn't go to any of like the summer stuff, I like wasn't gonna play much, so I kind of like was like, oh, I'll just do cross country. That's just running, and I completely hated it. Oh my god, cross country. If you like running, oh my god, like props to you. I don't know how you do it. You guys are a different breed for sure, but I think I definitely would have been happier with soccer if I did it, and I just kind of waited, and I never ended up doing it. So I don't really know how that would have went out, or how that would have played out. Sorry. Yeah, but if you're interested in a sport, I mean, like, it depends on what school you're at, but they offer different things. But yeah, I'd say if you're interested, try out. Or maybe you don't even have to try out. It depends on some sports. Like, I don't think we have to try out for like the bowling team or anything if you're into that. And then okay, I wouldn't sacrifice like your happiness for straight A's. I think it's okay to get like A's, B's, just you don't need to like push it to sacrifice, like, it's, I don't know, like I said earlier, I emphasize like your free time and like actually making sure that you're doing things that make you happy now, over like studying for like 4 hours a day for some like math class, because grades, like, you don't want like D's or C's and like F's and stuff. But if you can if you're good enough to do like A's and B's or some B's, like it's fine. That's good enough. Most colleges don't need like a 4.0 to get in. Yeah, because like, if you're spending all this time studying, I don't know, maybe if you like that, you can do it. But I wouldn't spend all that time, because I'd rather be doing things that I actually like to do. Yeah, if you're smart enough, I would take the advanced classes. Like I said, for my junior year, I like loaded up on like Comp 2, like college algebra and trig, like college government, all these like college classes to get it out of the way so I could have an easy senior year. I think it's better to do that. Like junior year was pretty rough, but I think it worked out for me, because now I'm just kind of hanging out. I don't really do much. It's a good time, and yeah, I know a lot of people try to do that, and I mean, it works out, so especially because seniors, I don't know, like you kind of get, it's kind of hard to explain, but you just sort of get this feeling of like, man, I'm sick of this. Like, I don't want to study, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I just want to do whatever I want to do when I get home and stuff. And when you take easy classes, you don't really have to worry about that stuff. It just kind of works out for you. Because after you do school for like 4 years in a row, it gets kind of draining, I guess, on you. Okay. Yeah, okay, so this next thing is, at some point, you're probably going to have to stay up to do something. Whether it's like those college classes or like a paper you have to write. I mean, it can be whatever. But I think it's important to find out if you're better at staying up late or if you're better at like waking up early and getting stuff done. Because for the longest time, like my comp class, I was saying my junior year, it was pretty tough. I've never been good at writing, so it was like extra hard for me. But like the deadlines and stuff, I was always like scrambling to meet, like for the rough drafts or for the finals. So for the first couple papers, what I would do is I just like, okay, I'm pulling an all-nighter, I'll just stay up and I'll get it done. And I would be really tired like while I was actually working on the papers and stuff, and like halfway through it would be like 4:30 in the morning and I like would barely have anything done, and I felt horrible. It was terrible. But what I tried for one paper is I set my clock to wake me up at like 3:30, and I woke up and I was way more energized, and I got as much work as I would get done in like the whole night staying up as I did like when I woke up. So I don't know, it's like some people can do that where they like stay up late, and others I think are probably more suited to like waking up early. I don't know, it helped me out a lot when I had to like cram for something or I needed to finish something up really quick. I learned that waking up early is for me, and yeah, I think that definitely helped. So I would try to figure out if you're more of like a wake up or like a stay up person. Okay, what's next? Any problem? Okay, yeah, any problems will eventually work themselves out. Focus on yourself and have fun. I think that is pretty much sums up the whole thing. If there's a problem, social life, the home issues, grades, school. Like for example, all my parents and even my grandma got a call today from the school because it's midterms, and apparently I have a D in Intro to Criminal Law, and everyone in my family was like freaking out at me for getting this like D. Well, it's the midterms, it's not like it's my final grade. And I go and check online my grades, and it's because this teacher, I had to make up a test, and she told me I got a 32 out of 30 on it, and she never put it in. So everybody in my family got emailed that I have a D, when I really, honestly, I think after they put this in, I'll have like a B plus or an A. So, it's just like, that was another thing. It's like a problem, but it worked itself out, like I'm gonna go talk to the teacher tomorrow, and I'm gonna be like, hey, could you actually put in the grade that you told me that I got? And there shouldn't be any problems there. And it worked itself out. Yeah, and then focus on yourself and have fun. I really think that's important. You come first, and I think everything else should come second. So like, don't get, if you're peer pressured into something, if you're not into it, just don't do it. If you're not into, and I'm not just saying like drugs and stuff, but like just in general, like if you don't want to like go out tonight, you're not feeling it, don't. If you don't want to do this, just don't. It's that easy. You don't feel like you have to do stuff for other people, because you should come first. And I think everybody will do great watching this. And I hope to help some people. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This advice is kind of generic, but I don't know. It's everything I've kind of learned, and I don't know if I do anything differently. It's all on here, baby. So yeah, I mean, thanks for watching. If you made it through, hopefully you could tolerate me talking for, I don't know, I can check how long this is. It's been, okay, like about 30 minutes. I'm gonna get off my soapbox in a minute, but thank you for watching. I appreciate it if you made it to the end. What else? What do people say these days? Oh yeah, okay, subscribe if you liked it. I would appreciate it. And also, I'm gonna link my Twitch in the description. I'm streaming some games right now, and if you're into that stuff, stop by. I'd like to see you there. So thanks, and this is it. See ya. Hey, Editing Sam here. You might be wondering why this video is coming out in the middle of summer when I said it's halfway through my senior year, and that is because I have not uploaded since like Christmas, and I have not gotten to editing this until just now, which is crazy, I know, but I just wanted to add that because that's kind of weird. But I don't know, it's annoying because I this is something that I want to do, but I've always been the type of person to just not like, I just can't follow through with something that I'm not like instantly good at, which is, I know it's a really bad habit to have, but like I know it's like, because I want to do this, but I know I'm really bad at it, so it's just like anytime I'm like, oh well, it won't be good enough, or oh it'll just be bad, so why even try? But you can't get good at something unless you keep working at it. But I finally decided to get off my ass and pick this back up again. So I just wanted to say that's why I said it's halfway through my senior year, when I've finished, I've graduated now, which is kind of a weird feeling, but yeah, so pretty soon I'll be off to college, and I don't know, hopefully I'll figure out my life a little bit more than what I have already. But anyway, yep, so that's it. See ya.